This video is to basically secure down the way we want to be casting these samples so that we don't move into some color confirmation and pattern confirmation, but then if we didn't cover the way it's going to be cast, these colors behave differently, the optics are different. So first let's go to the fabric because that's easy, and we'll go over that. These are the two, let me get something, a pointer. These are the two fabrics that were chosen. There's a copper and a bronze. This is a little more gold than I'm seeing in the video. So it's kind of a yellowy bronze, and this is a straight up dark copper. They're fairly bright. When you get them in the light, they really got a lot of flash to them. I've just stuck them down to some styrofoam. They'll be stretched on the actual piece. So also to kind of knock the color down a bit, I misted charcoal gray spray on the bronze and the copper. So this is bronze with gray, and this is the copper with gray. You can see how that changes the behavior depending on how you want to go with those. Over here we have some samples. These are cast on thin material. We're just basically discussing kind of grain and optics. So these are thin on 1/8. Your pieces will be on 1/4 inch. So the side profile will be a lot thicker than this. To explain these, let's start with the difference in between rough and clear. Okay, so this is a rough casting. You can see it's got a lot of grain. It's like a sand cast glass. If you do a kiln fired glass and sand, it's got a rough texture. You can see this is the mold. The mold is not glossy. And this is smooth. This is where we mill a mother and then we put gloss on it. So this, you can see, has not this grain. You get a little bit of bubbles and little artifacts, but it doesn't have that grainy look. So that's going this way, grain versus clear, or rough versus clear. And then over here we have reverse. So we have forward versus reverse, forward versus reverse. If you take, for instance, this clear cast piece, you can see it's got forward texture on it and it's smooth on the back. If you instead put the casting on the back and you let the piece be clear on the front, you see this is probably your highest optical looking piece. It's very bright, very crisp. There's not any distortion. So that's one way to do the piece, so that if you want this really poppy piece, you can see this is the smooth forward. This is the smooth reverse. You can see how much tighter that is as far as kind of a crisp look versus this. But then, of course, it doesn't have the three-dimensionality on the front. If you do the same with the rough, you have this kind of grainy kiln-fired glass effect on the front. If you do it in reverse, you've got that grainy kiln-fired effect on the back. So you can see that's the back, that's the front. So we want to clear up how we want to cast all these samples. There's going to be a lot of this sampling, trying different leafing styles, different types of ways to pigment, tinting the material versus running clear and color on the back. So let's lock this down, which one we want to go with. That's pretty much it. The only thing I also want to mention as far as what the colors we're seeing right now, this is a dark space. So we need to figure out how we're going to be also thinking of how these shapes or these casting styles and color are going to behave in a dark shadowed hallway. What's going to look best? Do we have spotlighting on each one? Which one is going to work best there, not just which one looks the coolest as a sample. So that's pretty much it.